trains the muscles that stabilize your entire lower body, reducing the strain on the knees and lower back. Functional outcome: easier walking and standing, improved pelvic stability, better alignment.
When you reach your 60s and beyond, there's a quiet change happening in your body that most people never notice until it's too late. You stand up from a chair and your knees hesitate. You walk a few steps and your legs feel a little weaker than they did last month. And slowly, day by day, independence starts to slip, not because of age itself, but because of what's happening inside your muscles and joints. Now here's the surprising truth. Research from the National Institute on Aging 2022 found that after age 60, adults lose nearly 3% of lower body strength every year if they don't perform resistance-style movements at least 3 times per week. That means in just 5 years, you could lose up to 15% of your leg strength, enough to make stairs or rising from a chair feel like climbing a hill. But here's the hopeful part. The same study showed that even 5 minutes of targeted movement can reverse that decline, not slow it down, reverse it. So today, I want to show you the exact 5-minute chair routine I teach my own patients. Movements gentle enough to do while seated, yet powerful enough to reduce knee pain, strengthen your legs, and restore confidence in balance and walking. No gym, no equipment, just your chair and 5 minutes that may change how your knees feel for the rest of your life. Now, before we begin, I want to explain why this routine works when so many others fail. Most people are told to walk more or stretch every day. But passive motion, walking, stretching, or casual activity, doesn't rebuild lost strength in your legs. It keeps you moving, yes, but it doesn't send the biological signal your muscles and joints need to regrow support tissue. After 60, that signal, called mechanical load, becomes weaker. If your muscles aren't challenged gently but deliberately, they begin to shrink, a process we call sarcopenia. And the knees suffer first. You see, the knee is not a single joint. It's a hinge controlled by the muscles above and below it, the quadriceps, hamstrings, calves, and gluteal group. When any one of these weakens, the joint absorbs more pressure, and that's when pain begins to appear. But when we strengthen those muscles, even lightly, even while sitting, the joint pressure reduces, the cartilage receives more nourishment, and movement becomes smoother again. A University of Vermont study in 2020 found that older adults performing a simple, seated resistance routine 3 times a week improved knee comfort by 48% and walking stability by 36% within 8 weeks. No pain medication, no surgery, just movement. That's the kind of improvement I've seen hundreds of times in my own patients, men and women in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, regaining confidence to stand, walk, and live independently again. So, if you've been told knee pain is just part of aging, I want you to know it's not the end of the story. Your body still responds, your muscles still adapt, and in just a few minutes a day, you can train your joints to support you again. You'll find all study links in the description. Before we begin, share with us in the comments your age and your biggest physical challenge right now. We read and reply to every single comment. Now, without any further ado, let's start with exercise number 1. And this one will surprise you. All right, let's begin right where strength truly starts, at the ground. Your ankles are the foundation of your balance, circulation, and walking power. Most people don't realize this, but if your ankles are weak or stiff, your knees have to work twice as hard. That's why our first movement starts small, yet makes a huge difference. Exercise 1. Seated heel raises, ankle activator. Why it's often ignored? Most seniors focus on the knees or hips, but nearly 70% of balance loss actually begins at the ankle, according to a 2019 University of North Carolina study. Weak calf muscles limit blood flow and reduce the joint's ability to stabilize when you stand. Muscles involved? Gastrocnemius and soleus, the 2 major calf muscles, supporting stabilizers in the ankle joint. Daily life role? These muscles help you push off the ground when walking, climb stairs, or regain balance if you trip. When they weaken, standing feels unsteady, walking becomes slower, and the knees begin to absorb the shock that strong calves once handled. Now, let's do it together. Sit tall in your chair, feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Keep your knees at a 90-degree angle. Now, slowly lift both heels off the ground, pressing through the balls of your feet. Hold for 2 seconds. Then lower slowly, 3 seconds down. That's 1 repetition. You'll feel a gentle squeeze in your lower calves. Repeat this 10 to 12 times. Rest for about 15 seconds and do 2 more sets. If that feels easy, next time place a light book or folded towel across your knees. That small extra weight keeps the muscles adapting safely. Why orthopedic surgeons recommend it? Because ankle motion directly affects knee comfort. When the ankles regain flexibility and strength, the knees move more naturally and pain reduces without needing medication. Functional outcome? Better balance when standing from a chair, improved walking endurance, reduced morning stiffness in the knees and calves. Now that the ankles are awake, it's time to drive that strength upward into the thighs. This next movement is one I teach nearly every patient recovering from knee surgery because it builds strength right where knee stability begins. Exercise 2. Seated leg extensions, quadriceps strengthener. Why it's commonly underestimated. Many people think leg extensions are too basic to make a difference, but according to Mayo Clinic Research 2021, older adults who performed this exercise just 3 times per week saw up to 45% improvement in leg strength and stair climbing ability within 2 months. Muscles involved. Quadriceps femoris, the 4 large muscles on the front of your thigh. Patellar tendon support system around the knee. These muscles help you stand up, sit down, and stabilize every step you take. Knees buckle. Standing from low chairs becomes difficult, and your stride shortens, creating instability. Here's how we do it safely. Sit tall again. Grip the sides of your chair lightly. Now straighten one leg slowly. Take 2 seconds up, until it's parallel to the floor. Hold for 1 second. Feel the muscle tighten just above the knee, then lower slowly for 3 seconds. That's 1 rep. Perform 10 reps per leg, alternating sides. Rest for 20 seconds and repeat 2 more rounds. Why orthopedic surgeons recommend it? Because this movement re-educates the quadriceps to fire correctly, reducing joint load and helping the knee track properly. It's the foundation for safe stair climbing and confident walking. Stronger knees. Greater control when stepping down curbs or slopes. If you've been enjoying the video so far, go ahead and tap that like button. It helps more seniors discover simple, doctor-approved routines just like this one. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. We share powerful, senior-friendly health tips every day. Now that your knees are starting to feel stronger, the next exercise moves higher, engaging your hips and balance control center. This one surprises almost every patient I teach because of how quickly it improves stability. Exercise 3. Seated marching, hip flexor and core activator. Why it's often ignored. People assume marching only helps balance, but it's actually one of the best ways to restore hip strength and core coordination, key factors for fall prevention. A 2020 Cleveland Clinic study showed that older adults who performed seated marching for 5 minutes daily reduced their fall risk by 33% within 8 weeks. Muscles involved. Iliopsoas and rectus femoris, hip flexors. Lower abdominals and transversus abdominis, core stabilizers. Daily life function. These muscles help you lift your legs to walk, step onto curbs, and maintain posture while standing. When they weaken, you may feel your feet drag slightly or notice slower reactions when catching balance. Let's do it together. Sit tall, back straight, hands resting lightly on your thighs or chair sides. Lift your right knee as high as feels comfortable. Imagine marching slowly. Lower it back down under control. Then lift your left knee. Continue alternating in a slow rhythmic pace, about 1 second up, 1 second down. Do this for 60 seconds, rest 15 seconds, then repeat twice more. If you want a gentle challenge, place your hands lightly on your thighs and press down slightly as you lift. This engages your core without strain. Why orthopedic surgeons recommend it? Because it trains the hip flexors and core to coordinate, restoring reflexes needed for quick balance recovery. Functional outcome. Smoother walking, improved posture, better balance when stepping off curbs or uneven ground. Next, we'll work the muscles behind you, the ones that give you the strength to move, stand tall, and support your spine. These are often forgotten, yet they're essential for both knee and back comfort.
Exercise 4. Seated glute squeeze. Hip support and posture builder. Why it's commonly underestimated. It looks too simple, but activating the gluteus maximus and medius while seated reawakens muscles that stabilize your pelvis and take pressure off your knees. In 2021, Johns Hopkins University published a clinical review showing that adults over 60 who retrained their glutes saw up to 41% improvement in walking endurance and reduced back pain. Muscles involved: gluteus maximus, gluteus medius, supporting hip rotators. Daily life function. These muscles control your ability to stand upright, step sideways, and maintain stability when turning. When they weaken, your stride shortens, balance falters, and the knees absorb more pressure than they should. How to perform. Sit tall, feet flat on the floor, shoulders relaxed. Now tighten your buttock muscles as if you're gently holding a coin between them. Hold for 3 seconds, then release slowly. Repeat 12 to 15 times. Rest briefly, then complete 2 more sets. If you'd like more challenge, lean slightly forward at the hips while keeping your spine straight. This increases glute engagement safely. Why orthopedic surgeons recommend it? Because it trains the muscles that stabilize your entire lower body, reducing the strain on the knees and lower back. Functional outcome: easier walking and standing, improved pelvic stability, better alignment through hips and knees. Now that your entire lower body is awake, from ankles to hips, we'll finish with the movement that ties them all together. It's the single most important exercise for maintaining independence after 60.
Exercise 5. Sit to stand. Full body functional movement. Why it's the cornerstone of independence? Every time you stand up from a chair, car seat, or bed, you're performing a controlled strength movement. According to a 2018 Harvard Health report, older adults who practiced sit-to-stand daily had 52% fewer mobility limitations after 1 year. Muscles involved: quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and core, nearly every major lower body muscle group. Daily life function. This is the real-world motion that determines whether you can rise from a chair confidently, a key marker of independence. How to perform it safely? Sit tall on a sturdy chair, feet shoulder-width apart, toes pointing slightly outward. Lean forward slightly from the hips, not the waist. Press your feet firmly into the ground. Now stand up slowly without using your hands if possible. Once standing, pause 1 second, then lower yourself gently, 3 seconds down, keeping control. Start with 5 repetitions. If you need to, use your hands lightly for support. Safety always comes first. As strength builds, progress to 10 repetitions over time. Why orthopedic surgeons recommend it? Because it's the ultimate test of leg, hip, and balance strength, and one of the best predictors of long-term mobility. Functional outcome: easier transitions in and out of chairs, stronger core and leg coordination, reduced fall risk, and improved walking stability. You've completed these 5 exercises. You've just given your body a complete orthopedic tune-up in less than 5 minutes, right from your chair. These movements restore circulation, reawaken dormant muscles, and protect your knees without any strain. Keep going. Consistency turns these small actions into lifelong mobility. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've just done together. In 5 simple, science-backed chair exercises, you've reactivated nearly every major muscle group that supports your knees, hips, and balance. We began with your ankles, awakening blood flow and mobility through heel raises. Then we moved to your quadriceps, the front of thigh power muscles that protect your knees. Next came seated marching, building hip flexor strength and coordination, a hidden key to balance. From there, glute squeezes reactivated your posture muscles, the ones that keep you tall, steady, and stable. And finally, sit to stand, the movement that connects it all, the motion of independence. These exercises together form a small, complete circuit, a 5-minute insurance policy for your mobility. When you repeat these movements several times a week, you're doing something remarkable. You're retraining your nervous system, teaching it that your muscles still respond, your joints still adapt, and your body still heals with gentle, consistent effort. Studies across major institutions, Harvard, Mayo Clinic, and the National Institute on Aging, all confirm the same thing. Older adults who maintain even light resistance activity just 3 days a week preserve muscle, balance, and confidence far longer than those who stay passive. This isn't about chasing fitness, it's about preserving freedom, the ability to rise, walk, move, and live on your own terms. So if you've ever looked at your legs and thought, they're not what they used to be, remember, they're not finished either. They're waiting for small, consistent reminders of what they were built to do. And that's exactly what you've done here today. Balance, mobility, independence. Those 3 words define healthy aging. And with this simple chair routine, you've taken a direct clinical step toward all 3. Before you go, tell me in the comments which exercise felt best for you today. Was it the heel raises or maybe the sit to stand? I read every single comment, and your feedback helps shape what we create next. And if you'd like more doctor-guided routines for seniors, simple, science-based, and safe, subscribe and turn on notifications. We post new videos every day to help you move, strengthen, and live confidently at any age. You've done something meaningful today for your body and for your independence. Keep going. You're stronger than you think.